This is our 2004 Volkswagen R32. Currently, it is incapacitated because the fourth gear went out. We had worked on this car a few years ago, about 3 years ago, to try to put a clutch in it because the vehicle would not drive. We thought the clutch was slipping, wasn't engaging, so we did that. Was not the problem. So there's a brand new clutch in here with probably 3 miles on it or so. It turns out that the transmission is most likely blown because these O2M trans cannot handle 600 horsepower. This thing makes 600 of the wheels. So we ordered a new transmission that was pulled off of another one. Got it shipped out from the UK. So it's sitting in that box, and it's been sitting there for about 8 months now because we finally are getting around to getting this car worked on. So what we're going to do is probably going to have to drop the subframe, take out the dog bone, and then we're going to be able to remove the nuts on the bottom here, have these dangle. We're going to have to pull the axles out, and then from there we will be able to pull, can't really see it from here, but there's bolts around here that we're going to have to break loose for the axles to come out. From there, we'll be able to pull the transmission with the transfer case out. And then we'll swap the transfer case over to the new transmission that we have there and then hopefully put it back in. Now, the hard part about this is that, one, we take forever to do projects in general. Obviously, we don't put a lot of videos out. Second part about this is I probably only really have about 24 hours to get this done realistically. So it is Friday night around 7:30 currently. Hoping to have the transmission out at least by tonight, 10 o'clock or so. And then tomorrow night, we are going to work on it a little bit more and hopefully just have it back in the car. Now, I have transmission fluid. I don't have clutch fluid. One of the lines up top is missing a O-ring, so it's going to be leaking and not sealing the clutch lines. So we'll just have fluid leaking out. So I got to figure out what to do with that since I cannot find the part and it takes forever to get one ordered. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Transmission's out, transfer case is there. This is a new transmission. I'm gonna fix some stuff up, re-grease, just clean it up a little bit more. Had to disconnect quite a few things. Disconnected the downpipe with the wastegate on it. Disconnected the drive shaft underneath. Obviously we have a puddle too, kind of a mess. Drive shaft is down, some other parts there. Whole subframe is gone. So lots going on here. Transmission's out though, that's all that matters. We'll get the new one in hopefully tomorrow. Like I said, we're kind of on a time crunch to get this done. It is currently, where is my phone? 2:34. It is Friday night around 7:30 currently. Hoping to have the transmission out at least by tonight, 10 o'clock or so.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And we started around 7:30, technically 8, but we'll call it there, so however many hours that is.
6 hours later.
Okay, greased up the shaft there a little bit. Just swapping some stuff over since we had like a billet lines here. Can't remember the clutch lines essentially. Got to take this out because it is a push style and the other one here does not have it. So 3 bolts, got to take out the little clip here, take out a clip up here. Should be able to pop it out, pull it out, switch it over from over there, and then just kind of see what else we need. Looks like that sensor is there already. Sensor here, sensors there. Just gonna kind of follow it around, just make sure that we got everything else ready to go, and then we can finally throw this thing in. We are nearly done. Everything is in transmission, transfer case. Hanging is the drive shaft. Got to put that in. I cut off one of these just because it was already about to break off and I needed some more movement down here, so I cut off that hanger. Everything else is pretty much good to go down here. Everything's buttoned up in here. I do need to put the starter on. I do need to connect this for the turbo and such. Now, the turbo clamp is on for the downpipe, but it's one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do for a turbo downpipe situation. So I think it's going to hold. I don't know. It seems like there's a small gap. We'll figure it out because we can turn it on when it's on the lift and we'll go underneath it. Now, we had an issue with the shifter linkages. Basically, it was, I put it in a little bit weird, so I'm hoping that I fixed it now and that it will actually work the way it's supposed to. Basically, I was trying to put it into neutral or into gear, and it was already felt like it was in gear and it wouldn't move anywhere, so I had to take that all apart again, redo that. So now I can go into 1 through 6 and reverse, and it feels fine. Other than that, there are a few lines underneath that I do want to kind of adjust, just because for the air suspension, like this is hanging a little bit. It broke through its bracket there. That's it's been like that when we got it, but I do want to adjust it so that we don't snag it on anything, because the car does sit pretty low, especially when it's on the low ride height. This is drive height. Obviously the rear kind of looks like a little monster truck. I think this is just dropped a little bit. But it is pretty low on driving anyways, hence like you can kind of see there's a little scrapage underneath there. But basically, like we said, we're almost done. I got a few connectors I got to do. Put the starter on, clean up all of my mess that I made all the way around, and clean this up. This is the biggest part. I don't want to leave this because I don't want it to get into the concrete and start cracking or anything like that. So get that all cleaned up. And then we have to actually, we're missing one piece. I need an O-ring. I was at one of the auto stores. They didn't have anything that I needed. There's one that possibly looked like it was what I might need, so I grabbed it. But we have to test it out. So the clutch line itself, which this line here for the clutch goes up through there. It goes basically by the linkages, I believe. And essentially it pressurizes the clutch. That is off, and it's been leaking fluid. So one, we're going to have to refill transmission. We're going to have to refill transfer case, which I don't know if transmission floods into the transfer case. I have to do a little more research. I think I have to actually fill the transfer case itself. I think it's its own separate thing. Put new oil in it, because all of this that we saw on the ground, I believe, is oil. It doesn't smell like transmission fluid or anything else other than oil. So we got more oil for that. And then we are going to fill in the clutch brake line and pressurize it. Make sure the clutch goes in and out. From there, once everything else is good to go, we can actually turn it on, and hopefully we don't hear the little clattering that was happening, and hopefully this transmission is good so we can actually drive it and enjoy it. But other downfall is that it's Arizona, it's June, and it's 100 plus degrees, so I'm not going to be able to really enjoy the car like I want to or get on it. But either way, we are going to figure it out. We're going to get everything buttoned up right now. It is currently 1 o'clock. Check the time. Where's my phone? Currently 1:05. We started, now it's Sunday. We started Friday at 8:30. We ended Saturday morning at 3 a.m. It was Saturday a little bit ago on some of these clips that you saw. We started again around 7. It's now 1 o'clock, so it's another 4 hours. And I'm basically, like I said, I'm basically done. I just got a few little things I got to button up here and there. But yeah, let's get everything else done. Next thing on the list here is that we are going to try to fill the transmission up. Got our Licky Molly, whatever you want to call it, 75W90. I have this little pump that we used on the S2000 previously. Shouldn't be too bad. Drain plug is right there, so I should be able to hold it and pump it at the same time. Might have to, I'll just probably drop it a little bit lower, make it easier so I don't have to hold the bottle. I just sit on the ground. But after that, we are going to do the oil change, filters, and then hopefully we can bleed the clutch line here as well by ourselves and get it running, get it driving, and hopefully home. There. Come over to the car. Open it up. Pull the pedal back.
Take it.
Push it in. Come back over here. Open the valve up. So I rolled it off. Went a little too far, couldn't crank it fast enough. So we went all the way down here, got stuck, pushed it up a little bit, couldn't do it myself. So we're gonna just crank this wheel, attach it to this, and then we're just gonna pull it. So we finally got the pieces we needed, the little locker and clip, 2 O-rings. So we can take this line back out, the hydraulic clutch line, and then we'll put the pin back on there and the O-ring that's supposed to go inside of it. The one that we found is definitely not it. It's a lot thicker than this one, and so I think that's why it's not sealing properly and it's leaking. And then technically you're supposed to follow that line all the way through to the master cylinder and replace the O-ring on that. So I might do that. I just want to double check this real quick and make sure that we can actually get this thing driving. It's been sitting here for about a week and a half now. The camber or the alignment is completely off. I do need to adjust and retighten the bolts down here. I forgot to do that before I put it back on the ground. So you can hear a little like clunking to it when you turn the wheel. But we need to get this thing to run under its own power first, and steer under its own power and use the clutch. So, all right, this will be the moment of truth. So we tighten down all 6 of the bolts for the control arms, tighten down the battery, put the battery holder back in. And I think we have a boost leak, vacuum leak somewhere. I have a tester at home, so got to figure out if I can drive this home and then test it there. I don't really want to come back and do it here. But either way, we are going to try and drive it now and see if it clunks. AFRs are kind of jumping around. It's not a cold start. We're already kind of warmed up. So definitely have some type of vacuum leak. I don't know. It's sitting under right at 1,000. So maybe that's just how the car runs. I'm not too sure. We haven't had this car run in like 5 years. So who knows? Who remembers how this thing works?
Why does it take a second to get in the gear?
No idea.
Is it because of you?
I don't know. I still feel like something might be loose steering wise. I've never driven this car like actually on the road, so I don't know how it's supposed to feel.
Is it supposed to feel this bumpy?
It's on bags, so probably. Fourth gear works now.
Nice. It didn't before?
No, that was the one that shattered. Oh my gosh. Something's a little loose somewhere.
Or a lot of loose?
Yeah.
Is it bounce?
I don't think it's supposed to bounce that much. It might be because the right setting. I have no idea. But it does take a second to get into gear.
Think it's something?
Yeah, the front end's a little R32 made it home. Not gonna lie, it was one of the most intimidating drives, just because all the other cars that we've ever driven, project car wise, we've built them all, we've known everything about it. This one, we assumed the transmission was bad, put a new transmission in it, and it runs and it drives. It feels great. The only thing I have worry about is the first gear. So moving in first gear, just like starting to roll and everything like that, it is weird. It will not move. The RPM will go up. It kind of feels like the clutch is slipping in a way, or it could just be the way that the vehicle drives it, you know, just how it's made. I've never again driven this vehicle, so I have to get used to it. I contacted the original owner on it to come take a good drive with it and see if everything feels normal. The other thing is I've never had bags before, so I don't know how exactly it's supposed to feel. Felt a little clunky at times and stuff like that. So again, I don't know if I just maybe missed some bolts or something like that on the suspension. It is leaking just very lightly oil, and I'm assuming that's because I forgot to put the oil dipstick back in. So obviously when the oil pan builds pressure, it's going to spray out a little bit of that. So that's what I'm assuming is the only issue there. But yeah, it made it home. Now we have to get her smogged, and then we can get it registered, and then we can drive it. So what we're gonna do is probably a complete detail on this vehicle. So we're gonna end it right there. Remember, stay sweet, not sour.